Hey, how's it going? My name is Isaac Mihangos. Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be discussing how iPad and iPadOS have drastically changed the way that I work, both professionally and for entertainment purposes. I thought that this was an interesting video to make because iPad is now more than 10 years old. Yes, 10 years of iPad. And I think that's in a fascinating position. It's more than your phone, but less than a computer. With iPadOS, you can do about 80% of the work that you would do in a traditional computer, but it's not living up to the intentions that Steve Jobs originally planned for. I just want to talk about my experience, so let's just dive right into it. The iPad for me was in a very weird place. It was never a device that I intended to own a few years ago because, well, I already had two devices that were in my bucket for productivity and fun. My iPhone was my fun device where I looked through memes, looked through social media, and every once in a while got a task done. My computer was used for productivity and getting software-heavy tasks done in just a few hours. This was a few years back though. Recently, as you've seen, I purchased the iPad Air. I didn't expect to like the iPad as much as I did but also it changed the relationship between my other devices. Let's start off with my first device, a device that I've had for years and years, which is my iPhone. A device that allowed me access to entertainment, music, podcasts, videos, memes, social media, a tool that helped me get from point A to point B when I was driving, a Swiss Army knife that would allow me to edit my photos on the go wherever I was. That was a few years back though, the college years, the easy years. When I was entering the real world, my device changed and my needs changed. The iPhone could no longer be for both fun and business without it pulling me 1,000 different ways, giving me 1,000 different distractions. On one hand, it was demanding on the fun side with constant notifications and confusing on the business end, not knowing when to set the limitation on the phone. This leads me to my computer. My computer has always been a tool for productivity. I've never seen it as more than that. It's a device that can last for hours and can take on the biggest tasks that I throw at it. Writing is a work task, editing is a work task. This little square device contained my life's work in it. And I'm pretty sure it handles your life's work on it too. However, this computer was also for work. This did not end well though, because I'm pretty sure, as you know, all work and no play makes anybody a dull person. It was so boring to go onto any device. Technology is supposed to be this amazing and incredible thing, but to me, it was much more entertaining to watch the grass grow. To constantly have the mentality of, I need to get this task done, just essentially takes away from the fun that these devices have brought into our lives. My phone slowly reverted back to being both fun and productivity. It was a constant battle. I didn't realize that I was doing this for quite a few months. My computer, on the other hand, was sitting nice and tight in the corner, knowing that it would never go out of style. I thought this is what it meant to be an adult, you know, cramming everything that you possibly can onto one piece of technology. I kind of don't actually recall why I wanted to buy the iPad. I originally thought that I bought it so that I could just watch videos and entertainment on a bigger device without having to carry my humongous computer all around. That was the original intention, but as I went through my everyday life, the iPad took a nice seat in between my iPhone and my Mac. And it started off as a complete entertainment device where I would watch YouTube and Apple TV from time to time. That's where I thought it would end. Then it started to slowly take shape, becoming my glorified screen recording machine throughout my editing process, my on-the-go assistant that would be able to handle both photo and video editing, a tool that with its powerful set of specs allowing me to load applications even faster, and oddly helping me become more organized, which I didn't think would happen until the next lifetime. Of course, the iPad is not perfect. There are still plenty of top applications that do not have a proper canvas for their application, but hey, you can't win all of them, right? This square soon took a symbiotic relationship between my fun and productive world, and I did not see that coming, to be quite honest. Suddenly, my iPhone's burden was lifted. The ecosystem improved my workflow to be more effortless, flawless, and just overall fun when I was trying to create something new. I never thought I would say that about the iPad because it just seemed like such a strange device, but it plays an amazing support role if you're a creator. Sure, the device isn't perfect, it still has many flaws. The camera has horrible potato-like quality under low light, the speakers could be greatly improved, and could my AirPods please stop getting confused every single time that I switch between devices. Steve Jobs saw the iPad as a brand new category. I personally wouldn't say that the iPad is in its own category, but it is the best-selling tablet, as is the rest of the 5 best-selling tablets. They all run iOS on them. I find this really interesting because there was a huge amount of talk about tablets and how they were the future, they were the next improvement. This was probably the first 5 years that the iPad was announced. Exactly when it hit year 5, everything just kind of vanished, right? No one talked about what the next tablet was going to be. Everything fizzled down. And throughout those 5 years, the iPad has improved. But Apple refuses to cannibalize its MacBook Pro lineup and MacBook lineup in order to really give the iPad the opportunity to shine. And that's because they're introducing their new Apple Silicon. We've seen the 2018 iPad be so good that you ask yourself, how could they possibly improve this later down the line? The iPad doesn't even have access to pro-level apps like Ableton and Final Cut Pro, giving it a limitation for something that has the word Pro on it. This seems a bit strange to me. Of course, there are third-party workarounds, but I think the best experience would be one where we get access to pro-level software. Based on current reviews and first impressions that I see for the next iPadOS, there doesn't seem to be a major focus in truly making this a computer. What I see from the iPad is a limbo state, where Apple doesn't really want to eat away at its own products. Am I happy with the purchase, the iPad, the way that it's improved what I do and made it just a lot more fun? Heck yeah, I am. But the iPad just seems genuinely confusing, like it doesn't know where it wants to go. Am I hopeful that one day I'll be able to edit 20K RAW on my iPad, as there's 5 different color grading layers and 100 layers of sound underneath it with minimal effort? Yeah, I'm very hopeful for that. But also, I'm more confused than anything when I hear the word iPad. Where does it go? What does it do? What makes it stand out from the MacBook lineup? And I can't really see that at the moment, which is kind of weird because Apple always seems to have some sort of straight map. That's the story of why I sort of fell in love with the iPad and how it's improved my workflow. Let me know if you guys like these sort of stories that I talk about with my devices. I don't think I would call this a review, more like this product has helped me out in a very big way that I didn't see it. So make sure to check out my vlog here and follow me on Twitter, Foundation app, upvote me on there if you could, Instagram and Twitter if you want to talk. I'm always happy to tweet back. But that's it for right now. At the end of the day, I thank you so much for your time and your attention. My name is Asmi Hongos, and I'll catch you in the next one.